good, people? Simeon, Panda here, and I'm going to apologize in advance if I keep sniffing throughout this whole video. Hay fever is kicking my ass, man, badly. Like, I'm fighting it, but it's winning. So I've taken my nasal spray, I've taken my pills. Hopefully I feel better. So today we are working on chest, and I'm going to be giving you some valuable tips, invaluable tips that will really help your chest development. A lot of you guys, that is one of your biggest, biggest things that you focus on. You want a big chest, you want to know how to hit it from what angles, and the best practices to make sure that you're getting the most from your chest workout session. So today will really help, and I mean really help, because these tips I'm going to give you are so valuable that you're going to need to add them to your routine. Okay, being that it's chest, we're obviously going to start with the bench press. Now, I've given you some tips on bench press before, but that's in a previous video, so we're not going to go over those. If you want to watch those, check out this video right here, and you'll get those tips. Now, the tips I'm going to give you today, what do you do before you even start bench pressing? You need to warm up. Now, I've been training, it's been over 19 years now, and I have not had not one injury that has hindered my training. Think about that. Is that luck, or is it because I've been doing the right thing? I would say it's a combination of both, because when I first started, I really was just, I was winging it at the beginning. But as the years have gone on and I've become more experienced, I 100% warm up before every exercise, be it deadlift, be it squat, any exercise I do, I warm up. Now, there's two things that I want you to know when warming up for the bench press. The first is, one of the most common injuries from bench press is a torn rotator cuff. Warm up your rotator cuff. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, now once you've got your rotator cuff warm, that exercise you only need to do a few reps. You don't need to do sets of it. It's literally just getting your rotator cuff warm. Once you feel like you're warm, you're done. The next thing you need to do, now this really puzzles me. When I'm in the gym, I sometimes notice people will go and put the weight that they're gonna work with and do all their sets with as their first set. To me, that it just baffles me, because you're not warm. Like, this is my working weight right here. I'll do several sets at this weight. There is no way that I'm going to jump on the bench press and start with this. So let me show you the weight that I actually do start with. This is the weight that I start with, just the bar. Now, if you see me doing deadlifts, if you see me doing squats, any exercise, I start with just the bar, and there's a reason for that. Firstly, you want to just, even though like someone like me that's like very experienced, I still need to get my movement pattern correct. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I still need to just find myself and figure out exactly how I want to perform the rep. Whether I've been doing it for 20 years or not makes no difference. The first set is still going to help me adjust and get my positioning right to say that this is how I'm going to do it throughout the set. And there's no way that I want to do that with 3 plates. I don't want to start adjusting with 3 plates on the bar on my working set, trying to find my best form and my best movement pattern. So I do it with just the bar. This way, I can figure out where I want my hands. I can move them along. I can say, do you know what, today I feel like I'm a bit too close. Let me go a little bit wider. I can figure out, okay, I'm bringing it down to my chest. Oh, maybe that was a bit too high. I can adjust. So you just can you can do anything you like when the bar's this light, and you can just find your movement pattern. You can also just practice how you're going to press. Just like that. And then, once you've done a few reps, normally I'd maybe do like 10 to 15. The reps are irrelevant. It's just a memory thing of just remembering how you want to do this, perform the set, and then you're ready to get started. You start loading up the bar, 1 plate, 2 plate, 3 plate, 4, depending on how heavy you're going to go. But to start on your heaviest weight or your working weight, for me, just doesn't make sense. Whether that's with the bench press, squat, regardless, just start with the bar, get your movement pattern ready, and then work up. Okay, so some of you are gonna think, how does warming up improve my chest development? Well, as I said to you guys, I've not had an injury. A lot of the people I speak to say, you know, I was making loads of progress, then I injured my shoulder. I was making loads of progress, then I injured my elbow. Injuries hinder your progress, you know, so just by warming up and making sure, you know, that you're good for the set means that we can avoid injuries, meaning that your progress will not be impacted by an injury, you know, so that's how it would help. Next one I'm going to show you is also about injury prevention, but at the same time it's about making sure that you're getting the most out of the workout, making sure that it's working your chest and not your shoulders, and that is incline flies or any dumbbell flies. So when we fly, a lot of us tend to try and keep our arms straight, thinking that that's going to activate the chest. Incorrect. What you want to do is actually bend your elbows at the bottom and stretch the chest. That's what you want. You really want to stretch the chest at the bottom, and you're only going to do that by bending your elbows. If you keep your arms straight, then the strain is going to go on your shoulders. So we stretch the chest by bending our elbows, and then we bring the arms, the dumbbells, to the middle. We don't need to clang because that's going to release the tension, but we do need to come to the middle. So you're going to, and as you get to the top, that's when you start to straighten out. Not completely straight, but slightly, and then bend as you come to the bottom. I'll demonstrate. So guys, when you try that, you're gonna notice an extreme difference, a very noticeable, good difference doing it the correct way to doing it the incorrect way. And just remember guys, stretch at the bottom, squeeze at the top. Stretch at the bottom, squeeze at the top. Squeeze the chest together at the top. And that's gonna be a great one for you to add to your flies. Now, there's one exercise that I really owe my chest to, and it's this, dips. And that's probably why my lower chest is so dominant on my chest. Either that or it's my genetics, one of the two. But I do know that back in the day, I did a hell of a lot of dips. I used to even have, back when I told you guys I used to train at home for like 5-6 years, I even had a dip station at home. So I've been doing dips from the very beginning, weighted dips. I even went up to like, I had 5 plates in between my legs with a dip belt. And I used to do heavy dips, all for chest. And there's a big difference between doing your dips for your chest and your triceps, and that is the tip that I want to show you guys today. So if you guys have been adding dips for chest, there's something significant that you need to know, and it's the form. It's completely different. If you're doing it for your triceps, you're going to stay more straight up. So you're going to come straight up, straight down. That's going to hit your triceps and your chest, but it's going to hit more your triceps. If you want to hit your chest, you need to lean forward, lean into it, get that deep stretch, and then push out. Lean into it, get the deep stretch, and then push out. And that is gonna give you a huge chest. Guys, bench press is a fantastic exercise for chest, but do not discount this beast of a chest workout. So I'm gonna show you the demonstration. This is how you do it. Cable flies. Okay, so there's about 5 or 6 tips that I have for this one. There's so many. So starting off with the grip. So a lot of people tend to have a pressing grip, we're not pressing, we're flying. So you don't want a pronated grip, you want a neutral grip. So not pronated, neutral, okay? That's the first thing, and I'll show you what that means. So instead of starting close to the body like this, like we're about to do a press, that's the pronation. We're gonna neutral grip, and we're gonna go wide. We wanna start wide. We wanna come forward, and you bring it together. So not like this, we're not pressing, we're flying. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, so you've got your grip sorted. What's next? Your stance. Now, what we don't want to do is we don't want our feet like this. You're not going to be able to create enough power when the weight goes up, flying like this. So what do? We take a split stance. Now, we are completely in the best position to perform this exercise. Just like that. So we've got our grip and we've got our stance, but one of the most important things is where are we standing? We don't want to stand too close to the left. It's going to throw us off. We don't want to stand too close to the right, throw us off. We need to make sure that we are dead center. So we're dead center, not a pronated grip, it's neutral, split stance, and bring it together. Okay, now with my chest routine, I always start with a compound, so I start with my bench press. Probably gonna then move on to incline, whether that is dumbbells or machine or incline press. And then I'm gonna do flies and a variation of flies, and that is what I'm gonna teach you today. This is one of the best things that's really gonna help improve your chest, and that is to do a variation of flies. Now, when we talk about cable crossovers, we all know the regular, conventional mid. So that's the mid. What you've been seeing me demonstrate with all the other exercises, that's the typical cable crossover. But what I do is I mix 3 different variations at least, and that is top, middle, and lower. So I'm gonna show you all of those, and you should add them to your routine. Let's go. Okay, the final exercise that I'm going to show you guys is ironic actually, because it is a cable crossover in its true literal form. Now we call all cable crossovers when we're not actually crossing over, but every now and then you should add a cable crossover in its literal form to your workout routine. So what that means is, instead of just coming to the middle, we're actually going to cross over like this, but just for the positioning to make it more so that you can get more of a squeeze. As I told you guys to keep a neutral grip. When you're doing this and you're actually crossing over, when you get to the middle, you're going to change to a pronated grip just to get that squeeze. So if you come in and see the chest, so if you see the chest squeeze, just like that. So we don't want it like that. At the end, we're going to go like that and squeeze it together. I'll demonstrate. Okay guys, if you implement the tips that I've shown you guys, your chest development should increase. Those tips will really help you to knock it out the park, you know, when you're hitting your chest, and make sure it gets hit from all angles. I now have shown you everything. I gotta go hit my chest. It's Monday after all. Peace out.